Former British Army officer, wrestler, and heavyweight boxer Victor McLaglen garnered the 8th Best Actor Oscar for The Informer against previous winners Clark Gable, Charles Lawton, and first-time nominee Francois O'Donnell in Mutiny on the Bounty, and Paul Muni in Black Fury, whose nomination followed Bette Davis's Ride in Inclusion the previous year. This occasion marks the first and only instance in the Academy history when 3 actors from the same film were nominated in this category. I revered Paul Muni's naturalistic performance in I Am a Fugitive from a Chain Gang, but his portrayal of the gruff Joe Radek who rallies against a corrupt coal mining company in Black Fury is artificial and infuriating. The role is meaty and awards-friendly. Fun fact, Paul was the runner-up to Victor, outpolling the trio for Mutiny from the Bounty, but Paul undermines its potential with his overacting and horrible accent. Supporting characters from this era often disappear into the background, but the ensemble cast unexpectedly carries much of the dramatic weight, making Paul's exaggerated approach more distracting. His work exemplifies an actor letting his untrammeled instincts prevail, and for that, he settles at the bottom.
He tried to tell me, my good friend, but I no listen. I no listen.
Bouncing back from a career-defining success is a Herculean task, so it pains me to put Clark Gable this low after praising him in It Happened One Night. He delivers a respectable performance as Lieutenant Fletcher Christian, the compassionate officer who rebels against Captain Blythe's cruelty and spearheads the mutiny. Christian values fairness and camaraderie, opposing Captain Blythe's brutal punishments which demoralize the crew and hinder the workforce. Clark's megastar magnitude and rugged machismo suit the role well, but the screenplay treats Christian more as a hero than as a layered human being.
Murdering butcher. Oh, I've had enough of this bloodshed. He's the master of life and death on a quarter deck above the angels. McCoy, Quiddle! I'm sick of blood. Bloody bats! Bloody faces! Now you've given your last command on this ship. We'll be met again if we hang for it.
Heralded as the film's standout, Charles Lawton dominates nearly every scene and anchors the story as a tyrannical Captain Bligh. The character initially struck me as one-dimensional, defined almost entirely by rigidity and cruelty. Captain Bligh is a man shaped by duty and obsession with authority, prioritizing the mission over the crew's welfare. Charles excels at morally repulsive figures, and his imperious energy sustains the film even when the script offers little nuance. Like him or hate him, Captain Bligh is a relentless son of a bitch who refuses to surrender and remains steadfast to reclaim control.
Casting me adrift 3,500 miles from a port of call, you're sending me to my doom, eh? Well, you're wrong, Christian!
Still, Charles is a formidable juggernaut, even if the film resolves his downfall anticlimactically. If Captain Bligh is the villain and Christian is the hero, then Midshipman Roger Byam serves as the conscience. Byam is not the most arresting character, which makes him seem indistinct and boring, but Francois turns his restraint into an asset. He calmly imparts Byam's professional resentment and emotional exhaustion while keeping his composure. He also has an evolving trajectory, unlike Captain Bligh's repetitive brutality and Christian fading out after the mutiny. Francois' essential moments arrive near the end, where he glues all the themes unceremoniously forsaken by his co-leads.
They ask only the freedom that England expects for every man. Oh, if one man among you believed that, one man, he could command the fleets of England. He could sweep the seas for England. If he called his men to their duty not by flaying their backs, but by lifting their hearts. That's all.
In The Informer, Victor McLaglen's Jippo Nolan is a slow-minded former member of the Irish Republican Army who turns his escaped fugitive friend Frankie McPhillips, played by Wallace Ford, to the police for a £20 reward. After Frankie's death, Jippo spends the money generously and recklessly while the IRA searches for the informer responsible. I applaud Victor's lack of vanity that I cannot imagine another classic Hollywood actor as Jippo. He fully embraces Jippo's sloppiness, ignorance, and awkwardness that many of his elegant contemporaries would have overblown or polished. At times, he appears uncertain of himself. Yet, this vulnerability fortifies Jippo's growing paranoia and instability. Victor crafts him as a lonely and pitiful man stifled by poverty. He has no known living relatives, but he has a girlfriend, Katie Madden, a prostitute played by Margot Graham, who does not regard him highly. This desperation makes his betrayal tragically believable and understandable. As Jippo's guilt overtakes him, he oscillates between denial, panic, and self-destruction. Victor captures Jippo's emotional collapse when he confesses to the kangaroo court and begs forgiveness from Frankie's mother.
It was I informed on your son, Mrs. McPhillips. Forgive me.
Ah, Jippo, I forgive you. You didn't know what you were doing. You didn't know what you were doing.
That rousing finale secures the emotional weight of the performance and justifies Victor's Academy Award victory. The role is highly unusual and Victor does not hold back. However, the film's uneven handling of Jippo midway through prevents me from fully venerating Victor's work despite nailing Jippo's characterization. If there are male leading performances I cherish but the Academy overlooked, they are Boris Karloff and Colin Clavin, Bride of Frankenstein, and Robert Donat in The 39 Steps.